everybody, welcome to Queer Games Heck Yeah for today. I hope you're having a good day. I'm Luke, I'm a game dev, I love queer games, so every so often I play one, just to see what it's about, put it through its paces, talk about what I like and don't like, and today is such a day. That was a terrible introduction, and it's not even fully done yet, we're only like halfway through, but bear with me. So what are we playing today? We're playing a game called Omurice Next Time. I don't know why we're playing it, actually. I have a little list of queer games that I find just as I, go about the internet, and I add it to the list, and eventually I get around to them. And this has popped up on the list, but I don't know when it was added or why it was added. So when I say, if you don't like content, look away, I really mean it this time. I really don't know what this game is about. Although the name is very familiar. Well, obviously it's familiar because I have clearly encountered it before because it was on the list. But I think this is a game that has been bubbling along in the queer game community or the gay game community, and I just haven't given it the attention it's deserved. And I hope today to rectify that because I'm pretty sure this is actually going to be a really solid game because it was on the list. By the way, if you have a game that you've made or you have a game that you want me to play, whatever this Queer Games Heck Yeah thing is, send it to me and I will do my best. I'll add it to the list. And I won't know why I added it to the list, but I will add it to the list for the two bots that watch these videos. Alright, let's get going. This pale font on white is a really interesting choice. I actually think it's beautiful. The number one rule for winning me over in a gay game, well, A, is to have hot guys, but the second rule for winning me over in a gay game is a beautiful color palette. And the color palettes I really admire are the ones that are just so harsh, where they're just I'm doing it in two colors, or I'm doing the whole thing in just one color. Oh, to Garrett, the love of my life. To Mum, wait, two dedications. I don't know if you can dedicate it to multiple people. Okay, to Garrett, the love of my life. To Mum, who supported me through the darkest days. Oh. Chapter 1. Story of Finn and Grey. Okay, I'm liking... The last game we played on Queer Games Heck Yeah was it a fighter game? We recently played Drag Her, which was a queer fighting game, and I can't talk and twitch my thumbs at the same time, so I'm already really pleased that this is just looking a bit more like a novel. Windreach. Okay, I see, if you look at the very bottom of the screen, you see those dots, which often imply that we're looking at a series of slides, or a gallery or whatever, a carousel. And judging by the fact there's 15 dots, this could be a very short game. So maybe this isn't a game, maybe this is a comic book? Windreach, a quaint coastal town where love is drifting in the air. Here, on a small apartment's top floor, lives my favourite couple. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous art. I'm just feeling, just looking at it, the color palette, the soft edges, the drawing, the graphic novel style drawing, the font. It's just making me feel relaxed. Okay, Finn Fujimoto and Gray Morgan. 26 shop owner, likes reading pun book and watching Turtle Walk. Truck driver, dislikes complicated things and waiting in line. Oh, they have a pot plant. I have a Monstera at the moment, and you know why it's a Monstera is because I played Kinderwelt, or Kinderworld as the developers actually call it, which is another amazing queer game. If you saw the video a few months ago, it was a rough time for me, but it was a learning experience. It's kind of staying alive. My pet peeve with plants is they do not tell you whether they've been overwatered or underwatered. They just, when they go brown, it's I feel like drying out brown looks the same as overwatered brown for a pot plant, and so it's I just wish of all the amazing evolutionary things that plants have done, why oh why couldn't they have like developed a different signal for when they want more water and when they want less water? Like, why does the signal have to be the same? Because I'm like, on a Sunday, every Sunday, I'm like looking at this plant going, am I overwatering it? And I underwatering it? I asked my friend, I'm house sitting his pot plant. I asked my friend, I sent him a picture, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, what do you recommend? And he was like, oh, you're either underwatering it or overwatering it. I'm like, that's what I, this is why I'm asking you. And he goes, well, if you're overwatering it, water it less. And if you're underwatering it, give it some more water. Plant people, garden people, they're just a different type of person, really. Let's get back to our Omurice next time. Life is plain and simple, and they don't have much. That hardly matters. Oh wait, oh, I saw a little speech bubble. Was I supposed to click on something? Maybe I'll go back. See, there's a speech bubble. Ah, okay. What a relaxing holiday. Feel like something good is about to happen. That's right. Mum just sent us a box of goodies. Boys, please enjoy these freshly made rice cakes. Auntie Sakura from the countryside sent to me. Oh wait, I watched that. No, there's a full stop there. That's not just on me. And I can't eat them all. Love, Mum. I'll send you another box after you finish this one. We still haven't finished last year's rice cakes. Let's eat together. Aww. Then I'll make them into tasty snacks. And I'll prepare my belly for whatever you cook. Everything will sort out eventually. I think something that I do struggle with as a gay man a little bit. I have a real love-hate relationship with gay media. You know, gay films, gay books, gay games. Because there just wasn't much when I was a kid. I've mentioned this a few times on Queer Games, heck yeah. And there was a certain survival aspect to being a teenager. You know, growing up where I did and how I did. And you couldn't be overtly gay in any way. You really had to hide it. Because it was dangerous. To even be, like, to show any signs of being gay, even if you weren't. It was like people were sort of like sharks that would like leap on anyone that showed any kind of, you know, gayness. And so you've got this sort of, I've got this kind of built-in survival aspect to being gay a little bit. And so when a piece of gay media comes along, it's like I'm really interested in it, but also I feel sometimes a bit hostile to it. It's very hard to put into words. And I don't quite know, I can't quite explain it. I think it's a case of like, a little bit of like, oh, is this a trick? If I like this, am I opening myself up? You know? Like being vulnerable, I guess. And I just, as we were playing this just then, I got that little twinge. I got that little twinge of like hostility to it. And one of the things I want to do with Queer Games, heck yeah, is when a game makes me feel something, I want to talk it through, even if I'm not word perfect about it. Or even I don't quite know where I'm going with the point. So it's an interesting one. I mean, we're going to forge on. I mean, all this game is doing is existing. So why is it making me feel certain ways? I think there's internalized homophobia too. Anyway, let's keep going. It's a lot to put on to this cute little game, isn't it? Not far away in the shopping street, Finn runs a small sweet shop called Nightwind. Thank you very much. The two languages are English and Chinese, but I don't know where this game's set. Could be Japan. I mean, that's Japanese writing. Gray works for a seafood factory, delivering fresh catches to store and restaurants all over town. It is hard work, but he never complains. Oh, we drag? Do we draw the sweat? I'm happy to wipe down his sweat, I suppose. At lunchtime, Gray can always expect a set of well-prepared bento. Well, that leans a bit more into Japan. The rice is always in an extraordinary portion size because Gray eats a lot, and the dishes are usually improvised by Finn, made with yesterday's leftovers. We just had an outbreak of avian flu here, and they killed a lot of chickens. And I'm like, should I be buying eggs? But they're like, no, there won't be an egg shortage. I'm like, that's exactly what I expect the authorities to say when there's about to be an egg shortage. So I did go and buy some eggs. But there's heaps of eggs on the shelf, so I think this is one time where maybe they were right. Housework is divided equally. Chores become much easier when shared by two people. Is the division of chores one of them doing all the cooking and the other one smelling the underpants? That doesn't seem like a fair division of labor to me. Oh, they're so cute together. They are a cute couple. Oh, oh. This is just a game about little moments in this couple's life. How amazing are queer games for that? You know, like, I feel like there's this pressure and this idea that games need to be action and very transactional. It's like you shoot things and you get bonuses for that. And even if you're not shooting them, you're like farming to get money. You know what I mean? It's just very like transactional is the word I do keep coming back to. Queer games so often are just about like life and just about capturing experience and moments and about thinking about the mental health of the player. And I just really value that. I really think that's just a different type of game. Maybe even a better type of game. Maybe, you know, you need all types, I suppose. Slow down, soak your body in warm water. Be amazed, the night is still young. Vagrant of Windway. Okay, maybe this is why it's on the list, because let's rub the back. This is something else I think queer games do that regular games are a bit behind in, is combining the themes of the game with the actual gameplay components. Nintendo do it very well. I gotta give them credit for that. But, you know, a game about a couple sharing their lives together, and part of the gameplay is you have to rub the back of the character, because games aren't novels. They're something different. They're their own art form. And so this sort of actual mixing of the plot with the things you have to do in the game, that's to me what elevates a queer game to that next level. And there's no timer. You know, you don't get extra gold coins for turning the shower up or down. It's just do what you want. Gorgeous. Kissing each other goodnight is a never-changing ritual. Oh, a new day is on the way. Good night and sweet dreams. Oh, chapter 2, Momo and friends. Oh, I thought, you know, if the game had ended there, I would have thought perfection. What a solid little art artifact that was. Oh. 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 One day Momo marched to the town and sought for adventure, but in the end he only found more challenges than the number he could count, which was 3. I mean, if you told me cats can count to 3, I would believe you. I'm led to believe ducks can count to 5, and the way they discovered that, the researchers, although they use the word researchers with like a big asterisk, is they would get a mother duck with like 12 ducklings, and they would just keep taking a duckling away until the mother duckling got upset. And they found consistently amongst ducks, the mother duckling doesn't really care until there's fewer than 5. Then they start to get upset, and you're like, what kind of monster makes it their job to take ducklings away from the mother duckling? Like, some jobs just aren't worth it, you know. I assume they gave the ducklings back. I didn't read too far into it, I guess. Oh. A kind young man shared his lunch with Momo, and for the first time in his life, Momo tasted something this good. If you were a shopkeeper, a street stall owner, I don't know if you'd be feeding the strays. I feel like that's a recipe for a bad time. The owner of this trunks is your destiny. Go find him, meow, and enjoy a life of happiness. This is a very gay fairy tale, you know what I mean? I was a Cinderella, and then a magical talking animal turned up to me, and they gave me a pair of worn underpants and said, "You must try these underpants on every man in the kingdom." And the man they fit is your forever love. Oh, it really is. That really is the plot. And the young man started his quest to find the owner of the underwear. Oh, here, try this on. It really is. It really is Gay Cinderella. That's fantastic. Right, we only can do half an hour of each game, and we have passed the half hour quite a while ago. So I'm going to wrap it up. But how cool is this game? Oh, I think this is where they meet. I would like a dozen of dorayakis, please. How much? Free. Oh. Okay, okay. I think they're setting up for Momo to come back. I think that's a good time to pause it. Alright, that was Omurice next time, just the merest glimpse of it. I was completely satisfied with chapter 1, but apparently that's just a small part of the game. So it's actually quite a substantial game, and well worth your time if you seek it out. I think you'll actually get a lot more out of it. Yeah, because as I said, we only just scratched the surface of it. What a gorgeous little game. I now understand why I added that to my list. That was so chill. Um, Thank you for joining me on Queer Games Heck Yeah. Oh, the rain has come in. It's got quite dark quite suddenly, but it's quite pleasant to be indoors. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, 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 oh.